What's good, you guys? Cali Green 2 Fresh here. CarnivalSpirits, Ninjas in Action, and this right here is the Daily Spirits. Now, first of all, I missed last week's topic. I ended up getting promoted at my job, which required me to work 3 doubles last week, so yeah, ended up getting really fucking busy, so I never got to make last week's video. But anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna answer last week's topic, and I'll also answer this week's topic. So first of all, let's do last week's topic. Last week's topic was from DC Fago Guy, and basically he wants us to do a bucket list. Say you find out you only have X amount of time to live, and you know, basically what are some things that you would want to do within your life? What's like a bucket list? So first of all, how do I do this? So let's say I only had a day to live. What would I want to do with that day? Well, if I found out I only had 1 day to live, I would personally, you know, grab my family. First thing in the morning, we'd be on our way to Disneyland. And I'd call as many of my homies as I knew could make it out. And we'd all go to fucking Disneyland because, you know, to me, it really is the happiest place on earth. I have a lot of really good memories there. I proposed to my wife there, you know. So out here with the turkeys, giving them some water. Anyways, so yeah, I'd want to get my friends, as many of them as I possibly could, go to fucking Disneyland, and at some point in time, actually towards the end of the night, I'd want to go out with a bang. And by saying this, I mean I want to be getting it on with my wife on probably Splash Mountain, maybe Winnie the Pooh. That'd be pretty fucking tight. Haunted Mansion, I don't know. Just want to fucking find a ride, you know, do our thing and just go out with a fucking bang, do something memorable. But let's say I had, you know, a little more time than that. Let's say I had, you know, a month. Now, I would be going on a fucking road trip if I had a month to live. And I would go all across the US, meet as many of my homies as I possibly could. I'd want to meet up with everyone. I'd want to meet up with everyone from CarnivalSpirits that I possibly could. I think that'd be fucking fresh. So yeah. Now then, let's get on with this week's topic. Only one? Okay. So basically, this week's topic is, what is the Juggalo lifestyle? And topic was brought on by Panic, but the actual question was brought up by CPN. So what is the Juggalo lifestyle? Well, first of all, I've got to say, that question can't be answered without first answering a question, which is the age-old question, what is a Juggalo? So before you can even get into what is the Juggalo lifestyle, you first got to cover the topic of what is a Juggalo? Well, according to the FBI, Juggalo is a loosely organized hybrid gang. No, Juggalo is not a fucking gang member. That's all some bullshit. We're everything. You know, you got your fucking metalhead Juggalos. You got your Juggalos that come from a fucking hip-hop background. You got Juggalo punks, fucking ravers, you know, every fucking different subgenre that exists tie into Juggalos. For the fact that it doesn't matter, it's about being your fucking self, it's about just, you know, having that love for the wicked shit. It is what it is. A true fucking Juggalo is down with the fucking wicked shit. Just point blank. Down with the fucking wicked. If you ain't down with the wicked, you ain't a fucking Juggalo. Because that's like saying that you're not down with ICP. You gotta be down for the fucking music, you know? And this genre of music is the wicked shit. So if you ain't down with the wicked shit, you ain't a fucking Juggalo. So, now that we have somewhat discussed what is a Juggalo, what is the Juggalo lifestyle? There really isn't one. Honestly, there is no fucking true Juggalo lifestyle. We all have different ones. You know, all of our lives are different. So, the lifestyle of a Juggalo doesn't necessarily exist. For the fact that, you know, you can't label us, motherfucker. It's just a fucking Juggalo. It is what it is. You know? We each have our own fucking different lifestyles. You can see I'm out here. I'm on a fucking farm right now. Feeding a bunch of fucking animals and shit. Out here in fucking California, motherfucker. You already know what it do. On a fucking farm in California. What the fuck? Some of y'all be saying, what the fuck? But yeah. You know, I go to fucking work. Come home and do farm work. Play with my kids. Hang out with my wife. That's my lifestyle. I'm a fucking Juggalo. So, it is what it is. You know, if you're a Juggalo, whatever your lifestyle is, that is the lifestyle of a Juggalo. So yeah. I don't know, I guess that's really it. I mean, we all have our own different fucking shit going on. Motherfucker. So yeah, is a juggalo, a juggalo. That's what it is. Well, fuck if I know. Some of that California medical, you already know. I got a piece of cake upstairs that I'm gonna be eating here shortly. Excited for that. My one fucking day off this week. You know? So yeah. It's crazy. Last week, actually 2 weeks ago now, I got a raise. I went from $9.75 to $10 an hour. Last week, I got a promotion with the raise. Went up to $10.50 whenever I come in working as head grill. Been at this job now for about a month and a couple weeks. About a month and 2.5 weeks, some shit like that. Fucking crazy. Last year was a crazy fucking year. Crazy fucking year. Moved from Laughlin, Nevada to Bakersfield, California because I witnessed a homie of mine, ex-employee of mine, fucking my upstairs neighbor, he got stabbed. I think it was 7 times in his side and lung on my doorstep. That was towards the beginning of last year. So as soon as we got our fucking tax check, we got the fuck out of there. Went to Bakersfield. Lived with my father-in-law. We had a room there for a while. For about almost a full year. I was supposed to be working for him. I was working for him. Doing carpentry. You know, he taught me everything he knew. I don't know about everything, but he taught me what he knew about doing certain things. I did a lot of tile flooring. And I learned a lot. And I did a lot of work all throughout last year. But he never paid me what he agreed to pay me. He didn't pay me shit, to be honest. Yeah, he let me stay with him, but whenever my daughter was born, the goal was to have been moved out of his place by then. But he didn't pay me any fucking money. And when it came time for us to be like, yo, you want to maybe pay some of that back pay, some of that shit you owe us, he didn't want to do it. So what happens? By the end of the year, I get kicked out for no reason. Basically, for asking for something. You know, it's like, dude, just give me something. You owe me just something. And he refused to do it. I spent a whole year working with him. You know, kept my mouth shut through most of it. Put up with a lot of bullshit. So I got kicked out. And my wife and kids were still there. So I ended up at my mom's place in Southern California, whereas Bakersfield is little, I mean, it's about mid, almost, California. Southern mid. You know, what the fuck ever. Mid-southern. Yeah, there you go. Anyways. So, you know, it was a big distance between us, and it fucking sucked. But I hustled my fucking ass off. This year has been good. Here I am, you know? So, what the fuck is the lifestyle of a juggalo? When it comes to a juggalo, they throw on ICP or Twisted or even, you know, like fucking Esham or some LSP, you know. They throw on the wicked shit, zone the fuck in, and they're able to use that as their escape, as opposed to totally losing their fucking minds. Till next we meet, Carnival Spirits, Ninjas in Action. This has been the Daily Spirits. Always keep it wicked fresh. Whoop whoop.